Lineup for the visiting Huracan FC, 0-1 on the season. Number 19, Angelo Acevedo. Number 9, Christian Aguilar. Number 23, Adrian Alvarez. Number 3, JP Angie. Number 27, Roberto Apodaca. Number 28, Manuel Aviles. Number 7, Alejandro Caballea. Number 18, Andres Duarte. Number 14, Daniel Lopez. Number 13, Lee Noel. Number 27, Colin O'Hara. Number 24, Juan Pacheco. Number 13, Iber Riveron. Number 22, Jair Robalino. Number 77, number 77 is Gilmar Robalino. Number 38, Nico Rodriguez. Number 21, Jose Tobar. And number 5, Pierre Zaglo. Tropics head coach is Lucas Teixeira in his second season for your 2019 Spring UPSL National Champion, Florida Tropics. A reminder, fans, our concession stand is open on the east side of the field. That's the northeast corner. The restrooms are also located there and are open. We ask that you practice social distancing while you're at Lake Myrtle Sports Complex, and if needed, wear face coverings. And again, a reminder, no fans on the field at all this evening, and no spectators in the east side of the field, again, because of the coronavirus concerns. We thank you for attending, and we hope you enjoyed tonight's game between the Florida Tropics and Huracan FC.
Right here.
What do you need? Oh, are we working?
Yep. It's live. I'm just manning it the whole time. I'm saying leave the level like that.
Well, Words fans, we have been waiting 6 months to hear Florida Tropics soccer is back. Good evening and welcome to Lake Myrtle Sports Complex here in Albany as the Florida Tropics kick off the home portion of their 2020 United Premier Soccer League season. As Huracan FC is the opponents here tonight, the Tropics out of the gates, as many fans may realize, at 2-1, their 19th consecutive win in UPSL play. And of course, it's been a long time since they have been on the pitch outside. Did not play a spring season here in 2020 because of the pandemic. The ball on the left side to Victor Pereira, who is the UPSL's most valuable player. Nice through ball, but a little too forward for Pedro Ivo Diaz right there to connect. So an early opportunity for the Tropics does not come to fruition.
Get up, get up!
Tropics winning last week on the road against the PSC Conquistadors, new to the UPSL this fall, brings up the base down to Bradenton and the Lakeland Ranch area. for the UPSL. The Tropics never trailed. Isidore scoring about a free kick. It wasn't right off the free kick, but it came out top of the box. Able to slot one past Hugo Silva, who is not dressed tonight, by the way. We'll get to the Tropics lineup here in just a little bit. But Pereiras was able to tie it on a penalty kick, and then Kellen Duque, also new to the Tropics, outdoor side, got the equalizer. Here's a ball in front, and that is knocked over the sideline. It'll be I think a throw in here for the Tropics. Don't think it made the corner flag quite. It was close. So the Tropics, that was their 19th win in a row, looking for number 20 here tonight. The Huracan FC got off to a rough start last weekend, losing to Winter Haven United FC by a 5-0 score. And that raised a few eyebrows around Central Florida and the UPSL fans, as Winter Haven United making their debut in Division I play. As far as the Tropics are concerned, long ball by Montpeliers, and that will go well out of play. A 5 spot for Winter Haven, who will be here next Saturday night. And so that is a definite mark your calendar event here in Polk County for soccer fans. First ever meeting between the Tropics and Winter Haven. That will be right here at Lake Myrtle Sports Park. No reason to not come out and enjoy the action. Should be a lovely evening. The weather forecasters are promising us cooler weather, drier weather, and that is a 7 o'clock kickoff right here at Lake Myrtle. Easy to get to. There's a parking fee of $10 if you're a solo driver and $20 if it's a multi-person vehicle, but after that, there's no admission. You can pick up your best seat here in the stands, or certainly invite fans, as many have done here tonight, to bring their own lawn chairs or outdoor seating to enjoy the action. Huracan FC with a possession here in the Tropics end of the field, taken away by Pablo Arias. He is, as we said, new to the Tropics this year on the back line. Tropics missing several regulars. As we said, Hugo Silva not in the lineup. So George Navarrete getting the start. Ricardo Carvalho also not dressed tonight. Some early season injury bug hitting the Tropics. A couple others as well. Xavier Silva not dressed. Chance in front, and that's cleared away. So the Tropics, the starting 11 looks a little different than normal. Although still plenty of talent on the field and tons on the bench. Guilherme de Santos, Guilherme to indoor fans, Antonio Manfoot, Drew Ruggles, all available off the bench tonight. Of course, Victor Pereiras in the starting lineup, along with Lucas Monteleras. Pereiras, we mentioned the UPSL MVP last spring. He was also a first-team MASL selection this past spring when the Major Arena Soccer League was brought to a screeching halt because of the COVID outbreak. Tropics unable to advance into the MASL playoffs for their first time in franchise history, but were declared the Eastern Conference champions with an 18-3 record. So if you go back to the spring of 2019, offsides is the call against Huracan FC. You go back to the spring of 2019, and that first outdoor season in the UPSL, and then, of course, the indoor season, and now the second outdoor season in UPSL. In that time, the Tropics have played 39 games, and they are 36-3. So they are all about winning. Long ball, and Victor Pereiras is going to collect it on the left side of the box. Tries to cross in front, but a good defensive play in there by JP Angie to deny Pereiras the cross, but it'll be a corner kick coming up here for the Tropics. Their first of the game in the 7th minute now. Good to have you along at mycujo.tv. If you can't get out to Lake Myrtle, you'll get a chance to get all the games on mycujo this year. Swing and a miss, if you will, by Corey Mills. And there's a shot that just missed. Rebound! That hits the post. My goodness, the Tropics can't believe they're not ahead 1-0 after that offensive volley.
YouTube.
We're on YouTube?
No. No Cujo.
Help him! Help him!
Andrew Clare with possession.
Keep it! Hey, Victor, Victor! Guys, we're good together. There you go, come on.
Here's another cross in front, and just a step late to the ball was Chandler Crawshaw. And he's a great story. Local kid, came up through the Lakeland Youth Football Program, and now is a standout at Mulberry High School, and his talents impressed Coach Lucas Teixeira enough to put him on the Tropics roster, and here he is starting his first ever game, and just a step away from getting the Tropics' first goal. Here's a long attempt by Pereiras, and that goes over the goal and almost picks off a young fan behind the net there. Got to be careful when you're coming to these games. We head into the 9th minute, no score. Tropics 1-0, Huracan 0-1. Here's Garrettson Crane back for his second season with Florida. On the right side now, that's Pedro Ivo Diaz. Monaleris will play it back to Diaz now. Across the center line, looks for Pereiras on the left wing, finds Victor. Victor tries to cut to the middle, and a nice play. Looked like it went over the end line, and it did. Good defensive play in there, though, by Lee Noel. He was able to contain Pereiras for just a moment. Claire will reverse fields over to Lucas Monaleris, second season as the captain. Of course, Monaleris had that great national championship tournament when he scored the eventual national championship winner on a penalty kick in suburban Dallas last July. It's the first star on the Tropics crest, and they'll look for number 2 here this fall before starting their 5th season in the Major Arena Soccer League coming up sometime probably after the first of the year. The league is still talking about when they want to start the season, but most likely it'll be June. No, how about January? We'll try the 3rd J month. Probably a January start for the MASL. Saw the Tropics indoor coach Clay Roberts on Friday, and that was his thinking then. Here's Pedro Ivo Diaz with a shot, and that's knocked away, and that'll stay in play. So that timing should work just about right for the outdoor side, because they will finish their regular season in early December, and then we will hopefully head to the UPSL playoffs. Navarrete in goal, as we said, for the Tropics tonight. He did play some last year behind Hugo Silva, so certainly no stranger to the Tropics. Star over at Plant City High School and then at Southeastern for Tropics indoor coach Clay Roberts. Nice ball ahead of the field. Pereiras with it. Pereiras in traffic and has his pocket picked, and there's a shot, and that one just, again, missing is Crawshaw. His second good opportunity here in the first 11 and a half minutes, almost 12 minutes in now. Still scoreless. Hoping that the weather holds off. Getting a little dark and cloudy here in Auburndale, but the radar was looking a bit ominous to the south and west, so we're hoping it stays maybe a little bit west of Auburndale tonight so we can get the season opener in. Nice crowd turning out here at Lake Myrtle for the first look at the Tropics outdoors in about 18 months. There's a nice move by Pereiras. Pereiras still with it. Pereiras fires, tries to fight through to get his own rebound, can't do it. Long ball, far post, and a redirect try by Corey Mills just misses the mark. Mills will keep possession, however, to Pereiras now. Crazy shot, and that's a goal. Now, it was mishit actually on the far post, but it'll count. Duque gets the goal, his second in 2 games, and the Tropics in the 13th minute have a 1-0 lead. Sometimes better lucky than good, and that was the case there for Duque. No, apparently didn't go in. Thought it looked like it did. It must have been on the outside of the net, so it remains scoreless. My apologies. A little early season rust for the announcer as well. Pereiras on the intercept. No wonder Duque was holding his head after that one. Pereiras, good steal. Gives it up to Duque now. Deep into the Tropics end of the field. First penetration for the Huracan. But that is short-lived.
Goes to 10 every
Pereiras. Pereiras. Nice move. Pass. Angie couldn't get past the second defender, so the Tropics will reset. There's the Mills. Claire will collect, and he'll play it all the way back to Navarrete now. On the near side to Crane. Garrettson Crane to Pereiras. Pereiras. That's back towards the middle of the field, and unfortunately thought Crane was going to make a run, and instead Garrettson G, as they like to call him, was actually making a cut towards goal. So a little miscommunication there. It's early. It's been a long time since these guys have played together as well, obviously. Certainly have been practicing over the last few weeks together, but certainly still very much a work in progress. I'm sure the same for the Huracan FC as well. Starting to hear a couple of rumbles off in the distance, which makes me a little nervous. Crane will make the intercept. Mills can't get it for the Tropics, and now he does. And here comes Mills. Pereiras will get it back midfield to Pedro Ivo Diaz, also a standout at Southeastern University recently. Albuquerque with it. Going to go over the end line. Nope, going to stay in play. Just barely. It'll be a throw in here for Florida. Comes into Crane. Huracan able to clear just briefly. Diaz steps up to keep control for the Tropics. Over to Pereiras. He can't settle. But Diaz will get it right back. Here's Corey Mills to Pereiras. Pereiras left side to Crane. Here's G with it. Tries to make a cross. Can't do it. Nice defensive work in there by Juan Pacheco. And it actually touched Crane last. So it'll be a goal kick here for the Huracan. They're out of the Tampa area. Tropics playing in the UPSL Southeastern Conference's Florida West Division. It's a little bit different than last year when a lot of their competition came from the Orlando area, but there is a Florida Central division where all the Orlando teams are located.
Hey, let's challenge for the ball!
So most of the Tropics opponents are towards the West Coast instead of Central Florida this year. St. Petersburg Aztecs, one of the better sides traditionally over the last few years in the UPSL in that division now. In fact, they are in town, if you will, tonight. They're in nearby Winter Haven. They had a 5 o'clock kickoff tonight with the United. Be anxious to see how that one turns out. Player will control for the Tropics. As we said, this Huracan side lost to the United 5-0 in their opener last week. Been level here so far in the first 18 minutes, although most of the opportunities have belonged clearly to Florida. Here's a ball to Albuquerque, and we'll head out of play. Tropics, of course, presented by Bond Clinic, celebrating over 70 years now in Polk County, and very excited not too long ago, just a few months ago, to open their brand new Lakeland campus on South Edgewood Drive. Sports rehab and physical therapy among the options there.
For this, yellow!
So as always, we thank the good folks at Bond for their support. Yeah, definitely some lightning and thunder off to our north here. So we'll see how much we might get in before Mother Nature decides to interrupt.
Ready on that.
Yeah, I'm just gonna make a preemptive strike.
Throw in here for Huracan. This is Noel, but floats harmlessly to Navarrete, and the Tropics will counter here one more time.
Ross, you ready to pull that back in? You got the PA right behind you, Ross. Be careful.
Back around!
Albuquerque trying to run it down and can't quite do it on the far sideline there. Monaleris on the intercept. And we have a whistle, and they may be calling the players off the field. I'm not sure here.
Lightning.
And I think that's exactly what's going on. So we are going to step aside and take a break and get ready for maybe some weather here in Auburndale, and hopefully get a chance to play through it. But for now, we're going to use a little discretion and step aside. It's scoreless
Hang on.
at the 20th minute here in Auburndale. We'll be back when the weather allows. This is Florida Tropics Soccer.